G'day, legends. It's John, that Aussie Metal Guy here with CRANK.com. Today I'm joined by Mr. Matt Harvey from Exhumed. For over 3 decades, Exhumed have been one of the most relentless names in Gore metal, Deathgrind, and extreme metal. And earlier this year, they dropped their latest slab of road-wrecking Carnage, Red Asphalt, straight from Route 666. The band are heading our way in 2026 with a Matt, thanks for taking some time to chat with me today, mate.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you for taking the time. Sorry, they're renovating the house, the condo next door, so my dog is very upset about it. So you might hear some random barking, but it's fine.
Fuck, dude, it's all good, man. I've got a cockatiel here, man. He'll just randomly start chirping mid interviews as well, so don't worry about it, dude. I know you guys are heading over here, as I mentioned, for a bunch of shows, but you're also hitting New Zealand for the first time. How's it feel getting Exhumed back over to Australia and then New Zealand for the first time as well?
Well, I'm excited to go to New Zealand. After doing this for such a long time, it's kind of rare that you get to go someplace you've never fucking been at all. So that's kind of neat. I was I was a huge fan of like Braindead and Bad Taste and stuff, and then on to Frighteners and Lord of the Rings. So I'm excited to go there and check it out and see what it's all about. It looks beautiful over there, and should be chill. And Australia, I mean, that's one of my favorite places to go. Period. My wife is British. I'm from California, and Australia is kind of like you take California and the UK and smash them together, and just but with perfect weather, and everybody's laid back and chill. So it's gonna be sick, man. It's gonna be great getting back down there.
Oh, damn straight, man. It was funny the Braindead come up because I interviewed another band last week and they were talking about Peter Jackson and that Braindead movie. Man, that was fucking brutal when I was a kid and I'm watching that scene. It's like ripping the dog
Oh,
out.
Nori, that's classic.
Oh, man, it was a classic, dude, wasn't it?
We saw that in a theater. We had a independent movie house in my hometown in San Jose back in the '90s, and they would do all the Hong Kong action movies, and then they would just do the random independent movies. I saw Cemetery Man there. I saw Braindead there, although we called it Dead Alive here. And yeah, it was just God. I saw so many fucking good movies there. It was great.
Yeah, dude, Nick Zoom could have been the soundtrack to any bloody one of those movies as well, man.
That's what we were going for. That was a big inspiration for sure.
Exactly. With Red Asphalt having dropped back in February, fans have had a few months now to really fucking sit with the record. How's it feel seeing the response with the album now that it's out in the world?
It feels good. I think obviously, whenever we do a record, we're we believe in it, or we wouldn't do it
That's the
at
point.
this point. We have a lot of records, but I could tell that this one, we felt particularly strong about because we were trying to come up with a set list, and I think the first draft had like something like 7 songs from this record, and I was like, no, we only played like 15, 16 songs. We can't do half of the set as the new album. Like we should probably just do like 5 songs. But it was just a good sign that like we felt confident about it, and we've already done the States, we've already done Europe, and the new songs seem to be going down really well. It's always nice, when you're working out a song, you think, oh, this will be cool live, like this will work. And, sometimes it works. Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't work as well as you hoped. And these songs seem like they're working. And I think that they really, thrive in the live setting. And I think that we're, a better live band, than we are in the studio anyway. The energy, kind of, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, well, Exhumed have built up like quite a rabid underground following, not only here and around the world, but here in Australia as well. I've seen when this tour went up, man, fucking heaps of cunts I know were all like fucking Exhumed, man, because of the way you guys are live and the energy and the atmosphere you bring to these shows as well.
Hell yeah, man. That's great to hear. Yeah. I mean, I think, that's really what it's all about, is just like getting in a room full of people and making some noise and feeling that energy back and forth between you and the crowd. I mean, especially, in today's world where everything is, interfaced through a screen, it's like you're living your whole fucking life, one layer removed from the actual experience. So when you're playing the songs with the guys and you're there with the kids, and everybody's in the fucking vibe together. That's some real shit, you know.
Exactly. And this record does take Exhumed out of the graveyards, the operating theatres, the horror aisles, and throws everything out on the road with the crashes, the traffic deaths, a whole fucking lot, man. I love a good fucking road album, man, as well. What was about what was about that kind of, inspired you to make this album, man?
Well, it's the road is where we spend so much time. And it was like we were talking about there's so many great rock songs about the road and road ballads and all this shit. And death metal hasn't really touched on it that much, like that there's a few songs here and there, but nothing really centered around that. And honestly, it's not that different in Australia, but certainly here in the States, I mean, like the place you're most likely to get fucking dismembered is, on the freeway. And the place you're most likely to see somebody, get their fucking arms torn off or get crushed or pulverized or whatever, it's the fucking highway. And yet, there's this sort of romance about the road trip and the freedom of your car and blah blah blah. So it was a cool kind of it was a cool idea to sort of subvert and play with. And as soon as we kind of hit on it seriously, we just started thinking about all these movies and all the educational stuff, the vehicle recalls due to exploding engines and shit. And it just was like, I mean, it was just such a deep vein to tap into, and we had a blast doing it.
Yeah, it's definitely safer flying than being on the road, man. There's something about the road track albums as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to ask you, dude, random question, man. What's your favorite fucking road trip album, man, besides this one as well?
Wow. Well, I put together a playlist a while back of just all like road songs. And this was well before we even started working on this album. This was like, right after the pandemic when we got back on tour. And I had like, fucking Gypsy Road and Turn the Page and Wherever I May Roam and Ramble On and, all those songs. And, Heading Out to the Highway, a lot of Judas Priest songs are on there, actually. They got a lot of good ones. And as we went on tour, that playlist just sort of grew and grew, and people would be like, "Oh, what about fucking Cry of the Gypsy by Dokken? Is that shit on there?" Like, "Oh, fuck, let's add it." But Wheels of Fire by Manowar. Oh yeah, put that on. Saxon, tons of songs. I think Wheels of Steel might be the ultimate road metal album because half the songs are about fucking vehicles. Like all they write is planes, trains, motorcycles, highway mad and fucking all that shit. I think Saxon kind of is the only band that's done an album as completely road obsessed as Red Asphalt, before us. So that puts us in pretty fucking good company. Yeah, Wheels of Steel. I'm gonna go with Wheels of Steel. That's got to be the one.
Yeah, damn, man. Because that's like, I remember those times we'd sit there with a tape deck, people, or you'd do your mixtape and you'd have that in the car, dude, and you'd have your one album, which you're fucking telling my age now, man, that you gravitate towards as well. And then it'd move on to the CD and you'd get fucking so many tracks on your CD as well.
Dude, I mean, I used to burn CDs before road trips, before that I would fucking make tapes. I mean, when we were in high school, back in school, started in the really early primitive days of Exhumed, we'd all hang out in my dad's garage after practicing, and we'd be like, "Oh, what tape did you get this week?" And then as we would listen to it together, we'd be taping it, and it's like, "Okay, cool." And then everybody would have their tapes, and I would make these fucking mixtapes of compilations we'd listen to, on the way to shows and shit. And yeah, I mean, it's a little easier with Spotify, but there is something kind of romantic about sitting there and just making a mixtape. That was like your whole night, you know what I mean?
Know, dude.
It's a fucking process.
Yeah,
get
man.
the tape, the song, then dub, and it was fun.
Or when we're younger, we'd get the tape cassettes off our parents and we'd slip that little bit of tape over it and fucking put it in. You done that one?
Yeah. That was like a free blank tape, You're like, oh, my mom hasn't listened to this Pablo Cruz tape in fucking years. I'll just put some scotch tape over the little holes and then tape, pungent stench on there or whatever.
Damn straight, it's a little bit easier for everyone now because they could just go grab the album on this tour, man. This is going to be an absolute ripper of a tour, man. I know I'm going to be there at Ed Castle, dude. That's a tight little fucking venue. It's going to
Oh
tear
yeah.
apart there, man. Before I let you go, man, what do you have to say to the Aussie and New Zealand death metal fans before you bring the carnage down here?
Just we hope to see all you guys. Come on out. Let's make some noise. Let's rage. Let's get covered in fake blood. Smell those gas fumes from the chainsaw and tear it up, man. It's gonna be a good fucking time.
Damn straight. Everyone watching and listening, making sure you grab your copy of Red Asphalt as well and sell these fucking tickets out. New Zealand, Australia, let's make this happen. Matt, cheers, mate.
Cheers, bud. All right.